the apartheid
So what would you like to
allow
see happen,
Palestinians.
Hassan?
Do you not understand the English language?
What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the HASAN broadcast coming to you live from sunny California, Los Angeles, folks. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. Today's a wonderful day. Today's a very special day. Shooter did not follow you on Twitter, but follow TrueAnon. I know. One of the saddest things has been watching people like try to tie the shooter back to me to try to get me deplatformed. And they simply can't do it. It's just people that don't care about anything. They're just so cynical, and they're just using this as a yet another opportunity to fucking deplatform me. It's not even on the basis of like being pro-Palestine or pro-Israel, really. Like some of them are pro-Israel. Others are just doing that because they fucking hate me personally. Like that's their only foray into politics. Time Magazine mentioned you, and then Kanye in the same sentence, the trip out taken as, wait, what? Time Magazine did? The fuck? Oh, Jonathan Greenblatt wrote that, dude. Yeah, he's a crackhead. The fuck? You said Time Magazine, and I was like, I thought there was like real news coverage or something. No, dude, it's fucking ADL. Is Jonathan Greenblatt trying desperately to to deplatform me? That's him. That's his whole shtick. Is like, I'm his white whale. He's been trying to capture me this whole time. He's been trying to get me deplatformed this whole time. Yeah, I'm his Gulf of America. Exactly. He just won't fucking stop. He's just so goddamn annoying. I need to have him on the broadcast. Like I wanna have him on the broadcast and have a conversation with him directly. Maybe he'll do that. They're trying to scapegoat you. Be careful. I know, dude. I know they are. Literally though, you have to be careful who you verbally align with, even if it's a joke. Like obviously people will tie you to anything, and radicals will find ways to link. Listen, if it happens, it happens. If the government wants to fucking arrest me, they're gonna arrest me, big dog. I know. I've been doing this for a while. I've been doing this for quite a while, chatter. Asman is trying his hardest to link you. Is actually crazy. Bro, shut up. It's fine. There needs to be some repercussions for people who lie patently about you. They're getting too comfortable. I don't think you guys understand. I'm a fucking public figure, okay? There is not a lot of penalties for lying about a public figure. You are oblivious to how defamation works. If the ADL said that about me as a institution, like a legally recognized institution in the UK, and I was in the UK as well as a British citizen, I would literally sue them successfully and instantly. It's basically inevitable at this point, or Trump or JD will directly mention Hassan at this point. Chad just need to chill and see what happens next, but that will be an interesting day indeed. I don't know why all of my 30,000 producers in the chat are just like losing their minds about what I should be doing. It's like, I know I'm not oblivious to everything that's going on, trust me. The only person that you're seeing in like mainstream outlets that try to rally around this cause of trying to deplatform me is the likes of Richie Torres or ADL's very own Jonathan Greenblatt. The problem, however, is that ADL's very own Jonathan Greenblatt has lost his institutional prominence, partially because he gave the game about how much he actually cares, only almost singularly focused on defending Israel. So when that happens, like most normal people, like they'll give you a little bit of daylight. They'll allow you to speak. They'll allow you to talk about stuff on mainstream outlets and whatnot. But ultimately, it doesn't go anywhere. I think one of the worst things Jonathan Greenblatt did for his own cause, if his goal is to like maintain his position as like someone who cares about anti-Semitism, so that he can, make a more convincing argument that like all of Israel's enemies are anti-Semites themselves, he probably should not have been so worried about Elon Musk coming after him. But he very clearly is a agent of the regime, right? He's an agent of conservatism. Like there were a bunch of different moments where people were like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you defending Elon Musk? Like, what's wrong with you? Because the very first time Elon Musk was like, yeah, Jews are doing the great replacement by importing the third world into this country. Like, and he defended Elon after that. That was a big deal for obviously a lot of people who care about anti-Semitism. They were like, what the fuck are you doing? Combating anti-Semitism isn't as important to the ADL if it's not also anti-Israel. If it's just normal anti-Semitism and doesn't mention Israel, is clearly not a priority. No, I'm I'm taking it one step further. I'm saying that the ADL, in order to maintain some semblance of legitimacy, had to, in the past, act like they cared about normal anti-Semitism, like real anti-Semitism that exists. But that only served the actual purpose of the ADL, which was to attack Israel's enemies. But they have lost that institutional positioning because they gave the game away post October 7 when they just like completely stopped covering like actual anti-Semitism and hyper focused on talking about how, like, you know, Jews who wear keffiyehs on college campuses are actually the biggest threat to America and also the biggest threat as far as like anti-Semitism goes. Yeah, for the average person, like once you start doing that, especially in America, like Americans are not very intelligent people, right? Like they're very black and white in their understanding of the world. Americans don't have the nuance to think like a guy like Stephen Miller could potentially be a fucking straightforward neo-Nazi because they're like, isn't he Jewish? I don't understand, right? So because of that, once like Jonathan Greenblatt comes after like anti-Zionist Jews, for example, most Americans will go, the fuck? Yeah, I don't think this is the case. Breaking, Hassan Piker hailed by the New York Times, the future of progressive, tells his audience that the DC attack might have been a false flag. That immediately says the guy was genuine with his actions. This is a glorification of terrorism. Wait, what? I literally said it's not a false flag. Why did these guys lie about the most basic shit? Let's see what they clipped. Because the funniest is when they actually don't clip it out of context, but just simply say something that I'm not saying in the clip. Let's see. But like I'm not Mr. False Flag at all, but like every single thing that he did in the aftermath of the shooting is so fucking crazy that it's like you could not have fucking designed a incident like this. You could not have designed a better false flag incident like this. I'm not saying it is a false flag incident at all. I'm not saying that. I think this is just a one dude who is genuine in his actions and maybe, you know, a little bit brain broken. Okay. Dude, you can't do that. You can't do that. You have to clip it out of context, dumbass. You can't literally clip it in context. I don't understand why these guys, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Does no one watch the clip? It's fucking 37 seconds long. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like every single thing he claims I said in this fucking clip is just the exact opposite. They have incredibly selective hearing. No, but it's not even selective hearing. It's like, what use is there for language? Like this is going against the concept of language itself, the concept of communication itself. Wait, the video was originally posted by Dan and he included the context? That's crazy. No, that's what I mean. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's something that has happened in this broadcast as well, where I will literally be like, let's talk about something innocuous, something that's silly, right? Just to use an argument here. For the sake of an argument, I could be talking about how I love chocolate chip cookies and dunking chocolate chip cookies in whole milk. Chatters will come in the process of me talking about how I love dunking chocolate chip cookies in whole milk and consuming it that way and be like, I hate that you fucking despise people who eat chocolate chip cookies. You say you want to kill people who eat chocolate chip cookies. It's very clear. You also specifically hate milk, especially whole milk. And it's like back in the day, people used to at least go, when I say I love chocolate chip cookies and dunking it in whole milk, they would come in and be like, why do you fucking hate skim milk, right? That was the old meta. Something I did not say that they would just create in their own minds. Now, they will just hear me say something and just assume I'm taking the opposite position of what I'm saying. Like it moved beyond, oh, I said I like pancakes. That means you fucking hate waffles. No, that's a whole separate sentence. Like it moved beyond that. Now I'm saying I love pancakes. And they're saying, why do you hate pancakes? Why are you consistently saying you hate pancakes? I just don't understand. I don't understand why, like what people get out of it. No, it's different. They are abusing the fact that Twitter users do not watch the clip. It is just lying. I know, but just like put any clip there then. Do you know what I mean? Like, why don't you just put like a totally irrelevant clip or try to like clip it out of context? They don't even do that anymore. They just straight up, they just straight up put the clip in context and will just claim that I'm saying the exact opposite thing that I'm saying. It's 37 seconds long, man. It's not that difficult for someone to just like watch it and be like, that's not what that clip is saying at all. Actually, it's the exact opposite of what that clip is saying. You looked at a 37-second clip with the knowledge that you are equipped, that your audience is so dumb that they won't even watch a 37-second clip. You just chose to lie about everything that I'm saying in the clip. You chose to claim the exact opposite of what I am saying. It's ridiculous. That's like 2 TikToks worth of attention span. You expect a lot out of these people. No, I think we're dumber than dirt, dude. We have officially become so goddamn stupid. There is a level of lying that I think even the average, like even the dumbest person will probably go, yeah, I don't think that's correct. This is one of those moments where it's not like what I'm saying is confusing. But like I'm very clearly saying this is not a false flag. I understand why people think it's a false flag because it looks so perfect for a false flag, but I don't think this is a false flag. And I keep repeating that I don't think it's a false flag throughout this 37-second video. It's a very clear point. It's not nuanced, dude. Dude, you say nuance is dead. This is not nuance. This is just how language works. I didn't even get clipped out of context. I can't even complain that this is a clip out of context because the context is still in the clip. I'm going to play it once again. So I'm going to read you what the clip like what this dumb fuck is saying. I'm saying in the clip. Hasan Piker, hailed by the New York Times as the future of progressivism, tells his audience that the DC attack might have been a false flag, then immediately says this guy was genuine with his actions. This is a glorification of terrorism. Now, what doesn't make sense here is that these two things are at odds with one another. If he was genuine with his actions, then that would imply that I'm not saying it's a false flag. Having said that, let's take a look at what I actually said. This is obviously clipped by Dan Stalkman as well, my number one perverted Zionist stalker. Let's take a look. But like I'm not Mr. False Flag at all, but like every single thing that he did in the aftermath of the shooting is so fucking crazy that it's like you could not have fucking designed a incident like this. You could not have designed a better false flag incident like this. I'm not saying it is a false flag incident at all. I'm not saying that. I think this is just a one dude who is genuine in his actions and maybe, you know, a little bit brain broken. Okay. It's right there. Am I crazy? Like, what are we doing? Just watch the fucking clip, because this is basically the same as just someone claiming something that is a complete fabrication and then everyone going, yeah, I believe it. If you can't even watch the fucking clip, what's next? You can't even read the entire tweet? How much more can we devolve in our endless well of stupidity? Watching the clip is anti-Semitic is deliberate because the title is a bad first impression. When people watch the video, they're more likely to hear what was already mentioned in there. Therefore, the title blasting the listener. Okay, here's the thing. If I were to watch something, if I were to see a random account on Twitter without making any assessment whatsoever about like their politics or anything like that, and I saw something that this account was posting that was directly at odds with the proof that they posted in the video right underneath it, I would just never treat this person seriously again. I would go, hey, there is a limited amount of time in my day where I am trying to process information as fast as possible, and you have now wasted my time. You have lied to me. You have led me astray. And you have done so in such a simple to understand manner that I will never treat you seriously ever again. At least that's how I operate, where I feel like if someone has wronged me, in this regard, then I will never trust them again, you know, or at least like if I'm going to be charitable, I'll be like, okay, maybe this was wrong. Maybe this person got it wrong. But next time I'll be a little bit more skeptical. And it blows my mind that people don't exercise that at all. And I think part of the reason why people don't exercise this level of caution at all is because everything is just stand culture. Everything's computer. Everything's stand culture. And what I mean by that is there are teams. Politics is boring and annoying, and neither party actually represents people's interests. There's no need for advancing a legislative agenda or anything like that. So it's just like my team is better than your team, right? And online, it even goes beyond that. Like the boomers go, I'm team Democrat, I'm team Republican. The Zoomers go, I'm team this content creator and whatever he believes versus that content creator and whatever he believes. This content creator doesn't like that other content creator. So I have decided that that content creator is bad and everything that he believes is bad and wrong. It's just stand culture all the way down. But in that process, I think a lot of people get duped. Something that I've talked about quite frequently was with like sex pestiny, right? Not only is it just, I mean, not only is he an immoral person, perhaps possibly engaging in criminal acts, right? But also he's wrong all the time. And I know that he has created this environment where he claims that I'm wrong all the time. But like, if you're getting your information from a guy like that, or if you're getting your information from a guy like Hutch, you are just going to be constantly led astray. And at a certain point, you got to go, why is my expectations designed around what this person is telling me not matching up with the reality in front of me? Why is it that these guys were telling me Joe Biden shouldn't drop out and everyone is actually a radical asshole for claiming Joe Biden should drop out all the way until Joe Biden literally dropped out? Why is it that if I follow these guys, I'm always playing catch up? I'm always wrong. Why is it that there are no penalties for consistently getting things wrong from the audiences that are demanding more and more wrong information, I guess? If someone were to claim to be a political commentator and they got something so spectacularly wrong, I would at least try to dig deep and analyze how they got it wrong, right? And if that was consistent, if they were consistently in the wrong, whether it be telling Biden not to drop out and that everyone is delusional for claiming that Biden is actually too old, when obviously the overwhelming majority of Americans were aware of this reality. And then on top of that, they were like, Kamala Harris is running the best campaign possible. She shouldn't say anything about Israel, Palestine, shut the fuck up. And that also came out to be, that also was a spectacular failure. At a certain point, you have to recognize, like, maybe this guy isn't giving me the best possible opinion. Maybe this guy is leading me astray. Do you want to be wrong all the time? I guess maybe. Maybe people would rather feel a sense of community and a shared wrongness than to be right. I guess that's what it is.